If you clicked, I love you. Stick around, you won't be disappointed. It is hard to grow these channels from scratch. We're going to check out one black radical versus 20 black conservatives. I'll be the judge if they're actually conservatives. We're going to find out. Black radical, kind of an oxymoron. We're going to find out with that too.
Black culture is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers in the black home. Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Who do we
You're
vote
talking
for?
to a radical, not a Democrat. The radical mind state simply is living opposite to our colonizer.
Oh boy. It's always the light-skinned ones that are the craziest. It's almost like they're trying to prove their blackness. I mean, what's this woman about, like 1/16? Come on now.
Which is an imperialist, capitalist mind state, and radical blacks do not believe that that is any way for us to have liberation. Well, here's
So
what
when
you
you-
all keep
no,
doing.
no, no, no,
You
just
keep
give me-
interrupting me when I'm talking, and you don't want.
We're just gonna skip this intro now. Let's get into claim number 1.
By 20 black conservatives. My first claim is it is undeniable that reparations are just and necessary.
Reparations are just and necessary. Well, how much? I wonder what they're gonna. Please let one of these black conservatives say how much. How much money will get you to shut up? How much? What's the number? And honestly, a GoFundMe might happen. But you know what the problem is? No amount of money is enough. No amount of land is enough. This is a stupid talking point that Democratic politicians push in order to get your vote. That's it. You're not getting it. Who are they going to get? Their constituents to pay for reparations? That ain't going to happen. I think California was pushing this, and there wasn't even documented slavery in California. Like, it's just insane. Let's go, Pops. Get her.
All right, reparations, fair.
Yo, that ain't just some regular dude. That's geez, I want to say Anthony Brian Logan. Ah man, I used to watch all his stuff. He's good, and yeah, he's a conservative.
Necessary. My question would be, who's going to get it? Why would they get it? And how long are we going to sit here focusing on trying to get reparations? It's been how many years since slavery? 150 years, 1865? Whenever there's a real thing that this country wants to do, they do it. Stop Asian hate. Okay, there's a problem with the Asian hate. Let's draft a bill, sign it, and it's done. Anything that needs to be done is done. With us, it's a carrot they dangle in front of us that they don't really want to do. And it's not going to help. We need education. Oh, it's not going to help. No, it's not. We need education. Getting a check from the government is not going to do that. And we need proper education. A lot of us go to these institutions where we're
Facts. I mean, you could give a man a fish, he eats for a night. You teach a man to fish, he eats for life. That's. I mean, and not to mention, could we not chalk up some of these welfare checks, these food snaps that people getting like 800 every 2 weeks on? How is that not reparations at this point? How is Section 8 not reparations at this point? You got whole generations of people at this point that have been living for free, and then they get fat. And then the taxpayer pays for their medical expenses. I think we got too much reparations already. And I know a lot of white people are on the welfare system too. And I'm including them. If there's not checks and balances and you're not proving that you're trying to work, there needs to be a cutoff. It's just insanity.
not really prepared, we're not really focused, and we don't get things that help us in the real world. So if you want to help Black people, a check from the government, from our tax dollars is going to get raised, because let's be clear, everybody in here is Black. We all American, we all got to pay taxes. It'll go to that. So I don't really see how this is going to help us at all.
Okay. Well, first I'll start with, it will help on even just a moral level. The reality is that the United States has become very comfortable with the fact that it does not consider Black people equal. And it shows that in many ways that I'm sure we will discuss over the course of today. But ultimately, there has not been a committed, concerted effort to shifting the mindset around the use of Black people as a labor force in this nation back when it was slavery, now in the use of slavery as slave labor in prisons. So on a basic cultural level, reparations are an act of
Is this woman implying that only black people go to prison? That's racist.
Repair. They are an effort to say, our bad, we see you now. We have seen that done with Japanese folks who were put in internment camps. We have seen that done with Jewish folks. We have seen that done even in
Yeah, we're going to compare World War II.
The case of slave owners who received reparations. When it comes to the use of tax dollars to pay reparations, and this is going to come up a lot today, it's a matter of values, right? For me, my value system circulates around the fact that I think that as a community, we should all be engaged in repair for our community. So I don't think there should be any problem with there being tax dollars spent at repairing consistent efforts that have been made to impede Black people. So the reparations you're talking
This is the ultimate victimhood mentality type of woman right here. Um, me. You're keeping me down. No matter what I do, the system's out to get me. Like, get the hell out of here. I've been told the opposite for my whole life, and so has everybody from my generation. I've been told I'm evil. My whole life, I've been told I'm evil. Here we are now.
About are not just related to slavery. There's reparations that have been discussed all over this nation in different communities as it relates to particular massacres, as it relates to redlining and the impediment of Black people to earn wealth by having property. There's been impediments in various ways that can be repaired. And I want to also just add, there's reparations that are considered a cash payment from a government. There's also the version of reparations that shows up in how funds are applicated to specific groups of people.
This woman is literally just flim-flamming. She's just saying a bunch of bubbly words and going on and on and on. And honestly, I believe it's Anthony Brian Logan. If I'm mistaking your name, I am sorry. He needs to cut her off because damn near everything she said is wrong. What are we talking? What about college admissions? Is that not a form of reparations? What if a black student gets into college with a GPA, we'll go with 3.0, and the Asian guy gets left behind because there's too many of them with 4.0s? Is that not a form of reparations?
So there's multiple ways in which what you're stating cannot happen could very well happen.
Okay, now as far as the money going towards certain things is going to help us, let's look at Baltimore public schools. They get, I think, the third most money per pupil in the US of A, like $15,000 per student, but yet the majority of the population that comes from that environment can't read. They're illiterate. So we're dumping money on the situation, yes, but yet we're not getting the results we should get from it. Money's not going to help the thing. We need to just focus on what we need to focus on. As far as Black people being labor force of this country, what else are we doing? We got 25% of us on some kind of government assistance. 1 out of every 3 Black men will go to jail.
Man, put your flag down, kid. The man is talking. Let him talk a little bit. He's not saying nothing wrong.
We got to do something. We got to work with our hands, work with tools, do something, because we're not doing much of anything. And also, one more piece here. Reparations, again, always anchored in front of us, never going to happen. As long as you've been living, as long as I've been living, as long as everybody been living, they say, we need it, and it never gets done. One more piece.
You just said one more piece, then you're adding another one.
I promise.
So hold on to it. No, hold on.
She went on for 5 minutes.
I'm going to land the plane, I promise. Reparations is a thing, like I said, it's a carrot to dangle in front of us. They're never really going to get it done. And if it was going to get done, it would have already been done. It's just something that they're using to try and make us stay Democrat. That's what I wanted to say.
Well, Democrats are not doing reparations either.
They're not.
This is nonpartisan. This is Black partisan, baby. Okay?
Well,
you barely Black woman.
This is nonpartisan.
Who do we vote for? Who do we vote for 93% of the time? There's no incentive.
You know dang well she voted for Kamala Harris. You're not fooling me. Even though Kamala was Indian a couple years back.
To be quite honest, you're not talking to a Democrat. You're talking to a radical.
Okay, but let's
land this plane very quickly.
Who do we vote for?
Let's land this plane quickly.
Who do
you're
we vote
talking
for?
to a radical, not a Democrat.
Okay, and you are your own person.
Let me
but
tell
who do
you
we
something
vote
now.
for?
I don't know what they told you, but if they told you that cutting me off is how we're going to get clicks, stop it now.
Oh, no.
That's not how we're going to. That's not how we're going to enter.
We having a debate.
A debate does not require continuously cutting somebody off.
Okay, no problem.
Now, I do want to state this. You're stating things as it relates to how money is not fixing a problem without acknowledging the fact that the problem doesn't exist in a vacuum and that there are so many other factors that are determining how that money is getting spent to impede it from actually fixing a problem. You can put all the money into Baltimore public schools you want, but if you are also putting all this money into policing, into communities that are not getting resources, then you are also creating your own conundrum.
So she wants to put more money towards the 13th ranked district as far as public funding goes into the schools, but also defund the police. Is that the argument she's trying to make? I think what she's missing here is there's a cultural problem. It's a household problem. It's a fatherless problem. That's what the issue really is. You fix that and it doesn't cost money, you'll have a whole different situation on your hands. And I think these people like this woman on the left, these are the true race baiters here. These are the ones that want to keep people down for clicks, for views, for monetization. This is like the same founders as BLM. They're just exploiting Black people's grievances for a quick paycheck.
The other part of this is that when you're saying they, the they is a broad context. And the last part of this that I will say is that you keep saying they're dangling this in our face. They're dangling in our face. Slavery lasted for 400 years. It hasn't even been 400 years since slavery. So should we be only fighting for a quarter of the time to get repair?
Whoa. All right. I'm so sorry. You've been voted out by the majority.
All right.
Please return to your seat.
Okay.
Dang, jump.
My name is Matt Nuclear.
Hello, Matt. Matt Nuclear?
Matt Nuclear, yes.
Matt Nuclear,
All right,
give me a better
Matt.
handshake on that.
Come on,
Let's
young
do it.
buck.
I
All right.
appreciate having this conversation with a beautiful Black woman like yourself. This is nice.
Oh man, this is a conservative. This is a conservative. You're gonna just lick the boot immediately, my kid.
Beautiful arena here. I disagree that reparations are necessary. I think the most important thing that's necessary right now for the Black community would be the stopping of violence, especially Black on Black violence. I don't see how reparations is going to solve anything. You can give everyone here like a $50,000, especially people that are in the streets who are.
What is she shaking her head at? What's wrong? Look at the data, woman. 55% of violent crimes by 13% of the population. Shake your head, huff and puff. It's a household issue.
Committing violent crimes consistently. A $50,000 check, it's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible?
Culture.
How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that Black people kill each other, according to the FBI.
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there.
I will say this. Statistics are in the favor of whoever's citing him for the most part. But he's right. Crime stats is pretty black and white. Excuse my language.
Particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of Black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. What? No one here is in.
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe
I'm telling
this?
the truth. There's no systemic
The woman with that shirt on is asking if he's the actor.
racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for
Love this kid. Love this kid, man. He is nailing it.
example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using Black-only dormitories because Black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more
Which is weird with the crime stats.
likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other Black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when Black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my God, this is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion. So let's check that now.
What is she? Oh my God. So she's going to play the sassy Black woman card because this kid is crushing her. You better talk to me like your mom. Get out of here. No, come out with a counter argument, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. So On a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that Black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that redlining, which was implemented to discriminate Black communities. Are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying I don't think it really existed at all. I mean, no, I don't think so at all.
So it does exist, and stating that it doesn't exist doesn't make it no longer exist.
Just like you did when he said black on black crime was a thing. You just went like this. Yeah, it exists, woman. And not just your stats are correct.
Redlining absolutely exists. It is not something that's being made up. It's an empirical fact. And there are realities that exist because of redlining. We know that school systems are related to the way that property taxes are affecting the school systems. If a school system is not getting the same property value as the property taxes allow it, then it's not going to have the same efficacy at allowing for students to be able to get what they deserve. When we talk about systemic racism, we have to acknowledge that these private prisons are literally built based on the test scores of school students in 3rd grade. So if you are literally building prisons with the onset of
Dang, this woman went on some deep rabbit holes. This is what you call confirmation bias. She probably was like, why are all the prisons in my neighborhood? They were studying the 3rd graders. They figured out this is where they need to be.
Okay, if these people are not reaching a certain reading level, then we know that they're going to go down a prison industrial pipeline where we can use their free labor. Then how is that not systemic? And if you want to
stop them from entering prisons,
how are you going to stop people from entering prisons if your goal is to get them into prison?
Sure, make them try to be more like Ben Carson than be like King Von. That's very, very simple.
So how does King Von happen? How does King Von happen?
King Von
reparations.
Hold on,
actually, let me land the plane. Yeah. We're talking about reparations, and what you're doing is actually just
drink
trying
every
to get
time
this
I say
conversation
land
off
the
the
plane.
facts. And the fact is, reparations are just and necessary because on a basic level, Black people built this country, and the country continues to thrive off of the labor that Black people put into this country. And it would behoove you, young man, to really understand the way that your ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears into this nation that is still living off of those blood, sweat, and tears. And let me also add, there are reparations and then there is remunerations. Do you know the difference?
Yes, but can I finish one point that I wanted to say? Ben Carson's cousins were killed at a very young.
I'm so sorry. You've been voted out by the majority. Okay. Please.
Dang, you know, man, I'll probably be the only person. You get me on Jubilee, I'm not raising my flag if it's a fruitful debate. Everybody just wants to get their turn in the seat. I'm looking at this video. It's an hour and a half long. You're going to get a turn to talk, all right? That young man did a fantastic job. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. It's hard growing a small channel. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.